As South Africans celebrated Christmas Day, a stark and sobering message emerged from the African National Congress Youth League. The ANCYL declared that for millions of young people in the nation, this is not a season of joy, but one of hunger, despair, and deepening economic exclusion. In an official statement, the youth wing of the ruling party framed the festive period as a painful reminder of a generation locked out of the economy. The League stated, and I quote, "Youth unemployment remains the single greatest threat to social stability, dignity, and the future of our country." The message was unequivocal. For those without work, education, or opportunity, Christmas arrives not as a season of hope, but as a reminder of broken promises and widening inequality. South Africa continues to grapple with one of the highest youth unemployment rates in the world, a crisis that leaves countless young citizens unable to support themselves or their families. The ANCYL warning went beyond economics. They highlighted the human toll, stating that prolonged joblessness is fueling dependency, causing profound mental distress, and driving a growing loss of purpose among the youth. Against this grim backdrop, the League has issued a radical and urgent demand. They have formally called on President Cyril Ramaphosa to declare youth unemployment a national disaster. The ANCYL argues that the scale, persistence, and devastating social consequences of this crisis meet every legal and moral threshold required for such a declaration. They contend that a disaster status is necessary to unlock an extraordinary, coordinated state response. But what would this actually mean? According to the League's argument, a formal declaration would grant the government emergency powers to mobilize resources at speed, fast-track critical interventions, cut through bureaucratic red tape, and implement bold, youth-focused economic programs on a massive scale. Perhaps just as crucially, they state it would send a powerful signal that the state finally recognizes the catastrophic depth of the emergency and is prepared to act decisively. Alongside this headline demand, the ANCYL outlined immediate relief measures. They are calling on all spheres of government to prioritize mass youth employment through industrialization, accelerated skills development, localization of industries, and expansion of public employment programs and targeted support for youth-owned businesses. The League also stressed that these emergency steps must be paired with an urgent acceleration of long-term structural reforms to build a sustainable and inclusive economy. Reaffirming its political stance, the ANCYL made it clear this is a fight for economic justice. Their statement included a powerful line: "We refuse to normalize unemployment and poverty as permanent features of our democracy." They concluded with a resonant declaration. South Africa's youth, they said, deserve more than mere survival. They deserve opportunity, dignity, and a future that offers real hope. This Christmas message from the ANC Youth League is far more than a seasonal critique. It is a seismic political challenge coming from within the ruling party's own structures. It frames youth unemployment not as a chronic issue, but as an active, nation-threatening disaster. The demand for a declaration is a call for a wartime-like mobilization against an economic enemy that is consuming the nation's future. The response from the union buildings will now be scrutinized as a key measure of the government's willingness to treat this crisis with the ultimate seriousness it claims to warrant.